Bing bong. Yeah, man, as you can see, the world right now. Favorite spots. I'm drinking my hot chocolate. It has come down to what group or individual groups of people. If one group gets you, the other group is mad. I can't even go to the store without people having some form of a victory, taking sovereignty in the things that you do. One person wanted this, like, people have no identity at all until they do something bad to me. Then they feel appreciated and they feel like they're doing something worthy. When a person has challenged you throughout, my fault, let me not complain. Today's February 15, 2022. You feel me? And February 15, 2022, I have roughly 20 minutes with you guys. A lot of topics that we can cover, but I never have a topic. They usually come out with the conversation. Today's Tuesday, February 15th, 2022, a day after Valentine's Day. You know, a lot of people were just, out there with their Valentines, you know what I mean? Later on at nighttime, niggas had their red on. I wasn't paying attention that well, I was just doing me. You feel me? Now it's over, but we still in Black History Month. You feel me? I know I was about to go on a rant about this, that, and the third, and this, that, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not. It doesn't make sense. Right now, it don't. You feel me? I don't have a topic, really don't. Although people are listening on me at all times. People always point to the ear. They listening. I'm like, I don't care if they listen. You feel me? I really don't care if they listen. You can't let it pass. Hey, how you doing?
It looks cold. It's cold.
It's frigid.
It's so like, yesterday was nice and then today is cold.
It's gonna be nicer in the morning. Afternoon. We're gonna walk a little bit. Yeah. Have a nice day. Yeah. Bing bong. A few punches to the face. So we're gonna get right into the topic of the day. Why do people watch other people? What is the point of watching somebody else? You feel me? We're gonna go into this topic. Is it espionage, all that stuff? Why do we watch other people? What is the reason behind? Why would I want to watch somebody else? I mean, if I was watching somebody else, you assume that I like the person that I'm watching. You feel me? It's like you admiring the person, like, oh, this person is so beautiful. I wish I could take her out, you feel me? Damn, she's sexy. But it's a fine line. There's always a fine line. What's the difference between a peeking Tom, a stalking person, a person who's stalking a girl? It started off innocently, like I said. I'm like, hey, this girl is fine, da-da-da, she's so fine. Damn, she's bad. And I'm following on social media. I'm like, sheesh, watching her profile and everything else. All right, you get into that creepy stage. Now, you trying to find out her address. Now, you seen her, and now you following her around. You see when shit get uncomfortable? So why do we really watch people? I can't just say it's for you to admire somebody. You feel me? Yeah, it's probably for you to follow and learn from somebody. That's what the disciples was following Christ around for. But there's a difference between you following somebody and the person know that you following them, and you following somebody when the person does not know that you following them. You feel me? When the disciples was following Christ, Christ knew of his disciples, and he had the engagement and speaking to them. You feel me? That kind of following. But when you start following somebody and that person does not know that you're following them, this is what we call spying. This is what we call stalking. You feel me? They both have the same function, but the intentions are different. There's no trustworthiness. There's no forthcoming. There's no honesty in it. This is when it becomes spying and stalking. So why do people... We're going to talk about the spying and stalking because you know my favorite topic. You got to get right to it. Because I love to talk about, you inspired and you want to follow, Christ and shit like that. But that's not truth. Because anybody that has a disciple, even Muhammad and his followers, he knew of his followers and he engaged with his followers. Well, you don't know that the person is admiring you. If the person wants to be friendly with you and everything else. You don't know nothing of these people. These people are just watching from far. It's like the United States and the satellites just spying on another country. The United States communicate with his friends. His enemies, they spy from far because the line of communication has been closed. You feel me? This is the reason. This is when it becomes, the spying. So when somebody's spying on you or following you around and you don't know of that person, guess what they're doing? They're gathering information. You feel me? They're stalking you. This is what is really going on. Feel me? This is what they're doing because I don't know of them. So they can only be spying me. This is what satellites were created for. This is what cameras on every block was created for. It is just there to record things, but literally somebody's watching. This is what niggas is watching you through the camera itself. Without you knowing, it's called spying. It's a violation itself. This is the reason why they don't call it, you're not a follower, you're not a disciple, you're not a student, you feel me? You're not a peer. The reason why they have these names for these things, because the two people know of each other, or two groups of people or individual in a group know of each other, so they give it the right name. The reason why you got the wrong name of spying and stalking and just being a creep and an Uncle Tom and everything else like that, because you follow this person around, you listening to this person, and guess what? The person doesn't even know of you. He doesn't even know that he's being listened to. And people keep pointing to they're listening. I'm like, then why don't you ask yourself the question, why are they doing the things that they're doing? Because they're not presenting themselves as a follower. They're not presenting themselves as a student. So why are they doing it? Why are they spying and why are they stalking and why are they being creepy? You feel me? Why are they doing these things? Because it's like, I'm just tired of people telling me they're listening. You're trying to make me a prisoner because they're listening. I'm supposed to hold back what I think. I'm supposed to hold back how I feel. I'm supposed to just handicap myself because somebody else is listening to me. No, I'm going to be who I am. I just want you, whenever you point to your ears and say they're listening, you need to ask yourself, why do these people take the time to want to listen to this man? What is it about him? What is it that they want from him? Is he the peaking Tom that he's looking through the window and everything else? Or is he an enemy to him? That's why he's gathering information to see where he's going to attack him from the next time he makes a move. These are the things that you need to ask. Because if a person does not know that somebody's following him, more than likely what happens is that that's what happened just now in Chinatown. You seen what happened when a homeless guy was following the lady home. She opened her door, she didn't even notice that the person was walking behind him. Followed her all the way into her apartment. Stabbed her numerous times and left her in the bathtub. This is the shit that I'm talking about. You feel me? Because she did not, if she knew that somebody was following her, she wouldn't have allowed him to come all the way into the house. No, she wouldn't have. You feel me? She would be more cautious. She would close the door after her. She would look around her. You feel me? She would be a little more cautious. She ain't paranoid. She'd be cautious about her surroundings. She'd be caution. But she didn't know. The nigga followed her and everything else, stabbed her that many times and left her in the bathtub. The police was called that he pretend that he lives in that apartment. You see? This is what we talking about. People who followed you, they watching you without you even knowing that they're watching you. These are creeps. I call them creep slimes. You feel me? They're just trying to suck the energy out of you. You feel me? This is what I'm talking about when I speak my mind and everything else like that. When these people just watching you and listening to you and they telling you they're listening. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if they're listening to me, man. They need to present themselves. Because more than likely, when you start doing that, it's called stealing. Ew, don't look at it. Ew. Alright, those for the archives. I'm gonna keep that. I just drank that coffee, that chocolate, so you know there was something in there. Yeah, it's called stealing. You feel me? When you steal somebody's privacy, you stealing personal information. If I'm having a personal discussion with somebody else, you don't have the right to listen into it, unless I've been wiretapped and I'm a criminal. But since I am not a criminal, of course they're gonna try to make it seem like I'm a criminal. They're gonna be like, oh, he's doing this and he did this and he killed. That's all that shit is a lie. You cannot be a criminal and you a well-known person like myself and you just walking out here freely. They fucking lying. The investigation has been going on for how long? They fucking lying. They always lying. That's all they do is just lie. It's tiring. I mean, if I lied a few times, it's entertaining. But to keep on lying for that long, that's a tiring act. Like, that's too much. Like, don't you get tired of lying, nigga? And bitches? You feel me? But the reason why a person will follow you and constantly spy on you, because that person do not have good intentions. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They don't have good intentions. You feel me? When the United States is spying on its enemy, it is preparing itself to collect enough information that just in case they try to strike, we know how to strike them back. Our intentions is not good for our enemies. No, that's why they are enemies, because we're afraid that they're going to hurt us, so we got to hurt them back. You feel me? We dealing with weapons out here. You feel me? So whenever a person is spying on you and collecting data and constantly listening to you and constantly following you around and constantly giving updates of where you are and who you are, they've been doing this for a long time. Their intention was never good. Their intention is to hurt you or kill you in the worst situation. That's why they do the things they do. Do not believe them when they say that they're looking out for you. That's a fucking lie. Because that kid in New York City that followed that lady home was not looking out for her. His intention was one thing and one thing only, was to steal. Eventually, when you start stealing, eventually it's going to lead to death. Because after you get away with so many steals, it's going to lead to you doing murder because you think that you are master something. It's a continuation of it. It leads to that. So he probably been stealing, and this is what results to it. Now he's murdering people. And we see that all around us. You feel me? They will murder somebody, and since they've been stealing, and nobody has held them accountable, guess what happens? They'll blame it on somebody else. Like myself and others. You feel me? They'll blame it on somebody else. Because they're never taking accountability in their life. You feel me? So whenever somebody is spying on somebody and you see them spying on somebody, call the cops. Like I said, it's one thing looking at a girl and be like, damn, she's bad, man. I want that girl. Well, this is the time where you put your big boy pants on or you put your big girl pants on and you go to the person and you speak to that person. You do not just stand there and just watch them in the creepiest state of mind, because the people are just going to be uncomfortable with you. They're going to be like, yo, what's going on with this nigga? Like, why you being so creepy? You feel me? You cannot be creepy. Some people even hold fake conversations just so that they can be watching you. The other person is watching you while they holding fake conversations so they can spy on you. Creepiness. It's just creepy. They just creepy people. Like they just perverted pervs. That's what perverted people do. The same thing they do with kids and everything else like that. They just be watching. The person who continuously watching you is not doing that for their health. I mean, we watch our kids like that, but at the same time, we watching out so that they don't cause any harm to themselves. So if I'm not watching you for you to cause harm to yourself or to burn your hand or to burn the house down, that's why we watch kids the way we watch kids. But when a person is grown, we don't watch them that way. Only insecure people watch other people like that. He's going to cheat. I got to watch him. I got to track him down. This is a state of paranoia. That's the whole point of watching somebody else for that long. You don't watch nobody. You watch yourself. You care about yourself enough to watch yourself. The only people that we watch is people who are vulnerable. We watch kids and older people, senior citizens who can't take care of themselves. The reason why, because we don't want them to hurt themselves. That is the only intention of watching somebody else. You only watch to step in to help. That's the only, they're not doing that. I can't watch my kids, then I step in, I hurt them, then be like, well, I'm gonna help them later on, right? I'm just having fun right now by hurting them. No, nigga, nobody does that. Nobody says that. Like, that shit wouldn't even make sense if you said it out loud. You feel me? But yet here they are watching, listening, being creepy, hiding, creeping, crawling, predating, stereo state of mind. They all kind of things. This is creepy behavior. It's like rodents, literally hiding in the wall. That's a rodent. That's a rodent behavior. They're taking on the nature of a rodent. They're taking the nature of a creep. This is what they do. They having conversation. They have a nature that they've developed where they can watch you in the corner of their eye, not even listening to the person that's speaking to them, but still watching you. Like creepiness. You feel me? Creepy. And you be damned. I can't even say you the word God. You be damned if you speak up about it like I have. And all of a sudden you the enemy. They want to attack you and everything else like that. Why did you say they was watching? Because you a fucking creep. You niggas gotta stop being a creep, man. I mean, you feel me? You gotta love yourself enough. You have to take a look at the diamonds in your hand instead of looking at the stones in somebody else's hands. You feel me? Your perspective about yourself is supposed to be so great that whatever you hold in your hand or in your possession, when I say in your hand, meaning in your world, because God got the whole world in his hand. So which meaning we have a world of our own in our own hand. So you're supposed to you're supposed to be so precious of the things that you possess that is like diamond to you. And anything else is just a regular stone. But people will drop the diamond that they have in their hand just to envy the stone that you have in your hand. And they will take their stone and drop their diamond. You feel me? If you are who you are, accept you for who you are. Stop envying somebody for something that they're not, and you want to make them that person, and you want to make them into something else. Stop doing that. You feel me? This is when the spying and the watching come along, because they envy you, and they just envy you so much. They're jealous of you so much that they want to make you into something that you said you're not. Meanwhile, they've already made a decision for themselves. That's the diamond part. You feel me? You a diamond already. You've already made your decision. I mean, it's not like I'm insulting these niggas. We all diamonds in some form of shape. Some bigger than others. Some rocks is huge. As big as this building. As big as this world itself. Bigger than this world itself. As big as the galaxy. However you want to imagine yourself to be. As small as a grain of salt. You feel me? However. It's your ego. Whatever. However you see yourself. Hold on. Let me check the time. I got 2 more minutes. I'm not set the last time, but I really do. You feel me? Some of us are too busy watching other people, not acknowledging ourselves, neglecting ourselves. Why they rotten? You feel me? What happens when I have a farm and you have a farm and you watching me work on my farm and you're not taking care of your farm? All your shit is rotten. And that also go to their behavior. Because they've been watching other people for so long that the behavior is rotten. It's so rotten that they envy other people. It's a rotten behavior. It is. It's like, it's so bad. Like, it's unfixable. What do you do? Rotten food. You can't mix it with other food. It just contaminates everybody else. This is how everybody will be so attracted to their behavior. Because it just contaminate them. You can't put a bad apple in a restaurant and a good apple. No, you cannot. You just can't, my nigga. You feel me? This is why whenever they come around, they start hating on me, you see other people join forces with them. Because they contaminate their very environment that they're in. People always tell me, but that happened in New York and it happened in California. Because the same people follow me from New York to California. As soon as I came to Cali, they knew who I was. If I go to another town right now and they don't follow me, I bet you it wouldn't be that. You feel me? I already proved that by going from one job to another job, and it's the same thing. You feel me? They start telling stories. This is who he is, his brother, his mother, all kinds of things, because they keep watching you. They watch you. They can't deny that they're not watching you, because they know everything about you. They know how to attack you. They know what you like. They know your snacks. I don't know about. They're watching my farming, neglecting their farming. This shit is all rotten. They soil. It's not cropped up yet, and they mad at you for that. And I'm like, I didn't do that to you. You did that to yourself, because you were so busy watching me. You feel me? That you neglected yourself. So in conclusion, you feel me? Whenever somebody's watching you, it's not a good thing. If a person is watching you and has not come to you, maybe that person is shy. We give him an excuse. But even shyness is a form of depression. It is a form of insecurity. When a person is too shy, that means, I give him time, I give her time. But it's like, you gotta, like, you feel me? Get your shit together type shit like that. Like, man up type shit. But if you watching something, you want to engage with that thing. Oh yeah, somebody throwing something on top of the roof. Anyway, if you watching something, you want to be engaging with that. Nobody likes a person who is not engaging. You just watching and watching. Sometimes I like to approach and be like, hey, how you doing, like that. Just break the ice a little bit, you feel me? But to follow you home, to tap your phone, to listen to you, to hide in your wall, to be creeping up your bed, and these are sickness. These are rotten behaviors. The behavior is rotten. Rotten personalities, you feel me? They rotten. They don't have no call, nothing like that, because they neglected themselves and they put so much faith in somebody else. And the only thing when you watch somebody else, it's called trafficking. Whenever there's a traffic and you keep watching this, you keep watching me, guess what you're doing? You're only giving value to who I am, making me bigger than what I am, giving me more exposure to more people, and you just making me bigger. It's just like any TV show, any channel. The more that people watches it, the bigger the person becomes. And this is what y'all doing for me, and I hate it. You feel me? Because I'm I'm that insecure, shy dude. Like, I don't want to be known, nigga. I like my private life. I'm a boring individual. I don't like this extra attention. You feel me? I don't like that shit, niggas. These niggas is so thirsty that they want to be part. They want to be known. They want to be seen, and I don't want that. But you niggas is rotten, man. I gotta get it together. You feel me? Put your behavior, freeze it. That's what happened when something is rotten. You freeze it. Once you freeze it, guess what? It works in your favor. You feel me? As soon as you freeze the behavior, it works in your favor, and it makes it last a little longer. I gotta holler. Imperious, sincerely yours, Jeff OG. Feel me? They know.